Ladies and gentlemen, you had better get ready because today on the Switch It Up show, I, Seth Trav, have a game called Freddy Spaghetti. It was a long way to rhyme, but I definitely got there. I am your host today, Seth Trav, joined as always by our friend Glenn.
Oh man, with a game like Freddy Spaghetti, how can you go wrong, my man?
Oh, you'd find a way, bro. It's a little overcooked. But we're not about to get left out to dry.
Not quite al dente?
Not quite al dente.
Al dente.
Like these farm fresh, choice cut beets.
Laughing about al dente for the next 10 minutes as my mic is off. Excuse me.
Anamanaguchi, ladies and gentlemen. From farm to table, they give us the best of beats. Today, I got to review Freddy Spaghetti, and it's a game that one of its great benefits is that it's one of the only games available for the PS5 right now, which I was lucky enough to review this on. The product entitles you to download both the PS4 and the PS5 digital versions of the game. It's from our good friends over at Retaliaca Games, and it is $5.99, and it is available right now. Meet Freddy. Freddy is spaghetti. Oh, and conscious. Follow along Freddy's story as you plunge headfirst into challenges and obstacles. Created in a laboratory machine by the brilliant Dr. P. Starr, Freddy's story turned out to be quite the adventure that would follow. Freddy uses rope physics to simulate a squishy, stretchy, ropey character. Walk, jump, run, slide, slap, smack, kick, dodge, and epic fail your way to the goal. Overcome the environment, master your spaghetti. Fun features, easy controls, physics all over the place, unique levels, hilarious and captivating story, professional narration, and heaps of personality. It is available now. So, ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, I want to say that this game is probably like a dude really still digs the Pickle Rick episode of Rick and Morty. And they were like eating spaghetti at the time. And they were like, what if he did it to spaghetti? And then they did a game about it. Because there's a scientist there, and he talks about putting consciousness in anything and making things live for no reason. That is my dog barking, because he hears me already trash-talking this game. Which, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you what. The story is fun, okay? The story's cool. I dig the narrator. I think it's good, and I do think there is some humor there. And the music is actually really good. It's surprising how good the narration was and how good the music was. That's kind of where it starts to get off the rails for me a little bit. At first, it's simple enough. You press L1 and R1, and that moves one end of the spaghetti strand and then the other, and that's how you walk and you get around, and it kind of works. But then all of a sudden, you have to do all these faster things, or you have to jump in a specific way, and there's something about the physics of it that, to me, seems like it's almost broken. Because all of a sudden, like, you'll see a green dot and a yellow dot showing you which one's moving. You'll watch it sort of, like, flop over on itself, and then the dot changes which one it is, which is going to completely mess you up. There's supposed to be, like, a power meter that fills up on these circles that shows you how much force you're putting into your jumps. They don't really seem to do anything. Like, it doesn't really seem like it's affecting anything. Like, I've done it super soft, and I'll go flying. I've done it super hard, and I won't go anywhere. Doesn't make sense. And it can be so enormously frustrating, especially when the game expects you to put more skill into it. Because skill-wise, it's pretty easy when it works, and then all of a sudden, it seems like I said, it starts to sort of fall over itself, just like the spaghetti strand that it is. So, ladies and gentlemen, because of that, I am going to give Freddy Spaghetti a 2.5 out of 5.
So this is one case you won't be having the never-ending pasta bowl.
That is it, my man. You came ready. You came ready
I know.
with the pasta puns.
I knew I was prepared, my man. I knew.
Pasta full of you.
I know what you like. All right, so for my title, we're going to go ahead and flip on back to the Nintendo Switch. And the game that I covered this week was When the Past Was Around. It is a nice, affordable $8.49 on the Nintendo eShop, and it is eligible for up to 42 gold points. I hate saying that. I wish I never saw it.
Coins. It's got to be coins.
I mean,
That's
it's
what
a picture of
feels
a
right.
coin. They keep saying points. And, I just don't.
Makes no sense to me.
It's upsetting. So let me go ahead and hit you with a little bit of the synopsis here. This is one of those less is more synopsi. So I want to make sure I don't unveil too much here. Something is missing from her world. When the Past Was Around is an adventure point-and-click puzzle game about love, moving on, letting go, and the joy and pain of everything in between. This is the story of Ida, a girl in her 20s. Like anyone her age, she's lost. I got news for you, Ida. You'll be lost in your 30s and far beyond. She lost her way.
Shame of it.
She lost her way in the journey to achieve her dreams. She lost her way in the journey to find love. That is until she met the owl, the man that would help her burn passion, the man that would help her help her find the spark in a relationship, and also the man who would teach her about heartbreak. This game tells the bittersweet tale between a girl and her lover in a surreal world consisting of disjointed rooms and memories in time. With each gathered clue, solved puzzles, and unlocked door, the girl will find her way unraveling the secrets between her and her lover, the secrets which she used to know. Sounds like a Gautier song.
Doesn't it a little bit? Somebody that I used to know.
It does. The art kind of looks like, I feel like, my man.
Oh, Gautier as well.
Gautier mixed with cursive. That's what this what this art style.
God.
That's what this game looks like. You look at the picture.
The album Sharp Teeth.
They all
Sharp Organ.
Yeah, that's the ugly
That's the
organ,
one.
right?
Ugly Organ. There
That's
we
it,
go.
my man. That's what this art style looks like. But the art in this is probably one of the highlights of the game. Very like hand drawn, cool, like comic book style artwork. It looks great, and it sounds great, and there's a nice like relaxed little music to it, and basically it's kind of like a point and click adventure, but it's not really so much an adventure because you are kind of, I feel like you're like assuming the role of like Ida's like almost consciousness in a way, because she's pictured in everything, so it's not like you're her, but you're seeing a scene from a moment in her life, and you are kind of point and clicking your way around the room to uncover different like objects that will help you unlock steps to solve a puzzle, to learn more and more about like, you know, the story of, I guess, kind of like this portion of time in her life between her and the owl. So you're learning more and more about their backstory and like, you know, their relationship. And that's kind of the point of the game. So it's kind of like point and click adventure meets puzzle meets not quite visual novel, because you're not reading any text. Even when the characters do speak dialogue, there's like comic pictures above it. So it's very much one of those, I feel like they're going for the, you know, like when you read a book and you hear like a character's voice or you envision them in a certain way, and then you see the movie and you're like, that's not right. Like, I feel like they're leaving that part out because they want you to kind of, like your brain to kind of supply that story and that relationship and those emotions behind it. Hopefully, and I think like in the idea that it makes it stronger than if they were to tell it to you. But it is an interesting subject matter for a game, and it's definitely, I feel like, a good illustration of, you know, like that even though the Switch is famous for all types of like kid games, there are also like, you know, like adult games that don't necessarily have to be like Galgun 2, you know, like
Oh, God, yeah.
there are this game is actually rated E for everybody. So, you know, if you're into like, you know, like a more serious game and you want like a, like, you know, and you like kind of point and click and you also like puzzle and, you know, you want something to pull at the heartstrings a little bit, I feel like this game is definitely, you know, definitely worth investigating because it tells, you know, an engaging story in a unique way. I haven't really played you know, a game like this with this type of subject matter. Usually, I feel like if Sam and Max was like, I don't know, like more like Urban Outfitters love story. It might be it might be this, and I don't mean that in like a bad way, but like that's the type of like aesthetic and vibe that this thing has. They have the Crosley record player in the main shot of the game, okay? You know, but like I feel like that kind of like that makes these people more more realistic than if it was just like anime character number 7, you know? So I mean, I don't know. Maybe you see yourself in some of these people. I mean, I see the beanie on. I feel like you can relate, you know?
I can't admit, that I could. I've got a vinyl player as the you.
That's right, my man. I can't exclude myself from this. But for $8.49, this is a cool game that I feel like, if you read the synopsis and you think the gameplay sounds cool, like, check it out. It's definitely priced correctly. You can play it in about 2 hours or so. It's a different type of game. You have to be in the mood to play this game. You're not going to play this game and then finish it and be like, yeah, I feel great. Like it's a little bit more of a serious tone to it. But sometimes I don't know if now is really the time to be more serious. I feel like I play a game to relax. I don't need anything else pulling me down in these times. But if for some reason you're a glutton for punishment, you might want to check out when the pass was around for $8.49. Let's go ahead and give this one 3.75 out of 5.
Wow.
Man, it's pretty good.
3.75. Yeah,
it's pretty good, man.
Bad.
It's just it's a
vibe you're not necessarily down with.
It's not. I like the whole idea of it. It's just too serious, man. It's just too serious. It's not the time. It's not the time for me for this.
That's okay. I feel that. I did that the game about the Holocaust not too long ago, and that was definitely horrifying to live through. Yeah. Honestly, though, not as hard to deal with as Freddy Spaghetti. Let us know what you think, ladies and gentlemen. If things got boring, you can hit us up over at Seth Trav, at From the Crib, and of course at Switch It Up Show. Be sure to hit that sub button. Make sure you rate, like, all those things. It is the only way we survive. And I got to remind you all that if things ever get boring, you can always switch it up.